Hey guys, it's SJ. Happy Baby Name Monday. It is Monday. I know, you're surprised, aren't you? Welcome around to my channel. This is the home of baby name inspiration, ideas, chat, fun, interactive baby name banter. Is that a thing? On YouTube. My name's SJ. I make baby name lists each and every week here on my YouTube channel. There is a whole backlog you can go and binge watch below if you are naming a baby or a character or a sim, or you just want to join in with us. Please do join our community if you're brand new by hitting subscribe. And this week is a really important list. I was going to say exciting, but I think it's actually really important. So last week, the popularity list came out of the top names as registered by babies last year, 2019. It's always kind of a year delayed for the UK. We have Oliver and Olivia at the #1 spots still. It's unbelievable. I'm going to put the top 10s in their entirety in the description box below because I didn't want to just read them out to you because they're pretty similar. What I find more interesting is the movers and groovers, which are the names soaring up the bottom end of the charts, like the little dark horses running around the corner below the top 10, and which are more of an indicator about what names are popular right now. So that's what I've got for you, and all the meanings. They're beautiful. The boys list is brill. So up 11 places for girls is the name Ayla. Spelled like this on screen, A-Y-L-A. It makes a great alternative to Isla, which interestingly is right there in the top 10. I think it's number 3, Ayla. It was also rising last year, so it's its second year soaring up the charts. It's gone up 11 places, and it means light, which is so lovely. I think that we're all looking for meaningful names at the moment, or all the time, and light is a beautiful one. And actually, specifically in Turkish, it means halo of light around the moon, which is beautiful, particularly if you're naming a baby after a loss, a loved one, or another child, a rainbow baby, for instance. Then halo of light around the moon is a beautiful meaning, and it just makes this kind of much more romantic than any alternatives in the top 100. And then up 12 spots this year alone is the name Rosie. So again, a super romantic name. Obviously Rose is a flower and it's a symbol of love. Rosie, the IE ending is literally all over the chart, and what the statistics were telling us that parents under 25 are preferring nickname names, so most of them do end in IE. So Rosie, that could explain its popularity. It's a beautiful name. It is so sweet. It really works, I think, for your whole life as well. I know some friends of mine called Rosie, and it always seems lovely. Up 13 spots and going into the top 100 for the first time at around 98 is the name Lara. So yeah, Lara is having its comeback. I don't know if it went out of fashion for a tiny while because of Lara Croft. It was so associated with that huge kind of cool female icon, but from a computer game. Lara also means bright. She was a Roman nymph as well in mythology. She actually used to be a bit of a gossip. She shared too much information and then was struck speechless, which is really interesting. But Lara is really floating our boat, and you can see that all these names are very short and sweet for the girls, for all of the list actually. A lot of short and sweet names. And the name Thea also went up 13 spots as well last year. So that's a huge leap for Thea. She is also a goddess. So she is the goddess of light, mother of the moon, sun and dawn. Absolutely lovely. I particularly love Althea with the A-L at the beginning of it. But Thea, again, the nickname name, much more popular than Althea. But what do you think of it? Is it on your baby name list? Up 14 spots, no surprise it was a big hit last year, is the name Delilah. I've always loved the name Delilah. I sort of veered away from using it because I was kind of a tiny bit put off by kind of the whole Samson and Delilah and her being a bit of a temptress, but she really fits within this modern heroine theme that we have going on for our girl names. She obviously fooled Samson into telling her the secret of his strength, which was his hair, and then she betrayed him. So yeah, she's a little bit of a dark heroine, is Delilah, but the name, absolutely beautiful. The L's are so gorgeous. I absolutely think it's stunning to listen to. Very indie chick to me, but maybe that's because of my friend Delilah at Live Live. If you follow her, I'm sure you do actually. We've done a few videos together, and I wouldn't be surprised if she is helping trend this name because she's amazing. Up 17 spots is Arabella. So yeah, very classic, feels classic to me. It feels like a classic British name, Arabella. And I think it's good, but it's very, used to be kind of almost an elitist name, like quite a upper class name. If you watch Downton Abbey, Arabella would have been an upstairs, not a downstairs maid. But I love seeing it go up, and meaning wise, apparently it means beautiful lion. So obviously Bella meaning beautiful. Sometimes Google just serves me up a bunch and I sort of just go with what I like. So if I was having an Arabella, I'd tell her she means beautiful lion. It's also got Scottish roots, which I found really interesting, because to me, I kept searching it. I thought, surely this is like Italian or something, but it has Scottish roots, which is really, really interesting, where it can mean prayerful. She was a literary figure in lots of Dickens books, Tom Hardy's books, had female protagonists called Arabella. So, I mean, it's stunning, isn't it? My daughter was Evelina, and I think Arabella is very similar. Oh, sorry, that's a twin moment. Arabella and Evelina, go for it. Up 18 spots is Ada. Ada was the fastest trending name for girls last year when this list came out. Ada, I know a lot of little Adas, a lot of little girls named Ada. It's a vintage classic and it's so short and simple. A bit like Delilah with the D. Maybe the D is a sound we're really, really liking at the moment for girls. Ada. Peaky Blinders has been kind of credited for making this name really popular again. And it means nobility, because Ada, it meant to adorn. I'm wearing some very adornish earrings today, but it meant to adorn oneself, Ada, and then therefore it was linked with nobility. And then if you look at the name now, it means nobility. So I thought that was really interesting. The second fastest rising name in the top 100 for girls is the name Bonnie. Isn't that so? Literally, this list is all romantic names. I just think they're gorgeous, but they're all romantic. And Bonnie obviously means pretty. It's Scottish. A lot of Scottish names coming up through the list. I did a Scottish name list just a couple of weeks ago. Maybe it was a couple of months ago. It means pretty. It's Scottish. So Bon meant good. And then that became Bonnie. If you were a bonny lass, you were a pretty or good girl. Bon obviously French as well, so it's a lovely name, Bonnie. Again, I can't fault it, just stunning. But the fastest rising name for girls of all of last year is the name Halle. Isn't that, it surprised me because I've not met a Halle, but obviously most of you probably have. It's a nickname for Harriet traditionally, but there's not many Harriets still out there. It's a gorgeous name. But Halle, I mean, tell me, where do you think this has come from? For me, I'm wondering if it's from The Parent Trap. So we talked about favourite names from children's books last week, and a lot of people mentioned like Halle from The Parent Trap and sort of doing a movie version or a kids TV character version. I wonder if that's where it's coming from. But or Halle Berry, of course, the actress. Maybe she's a little less well known now. So sometimes when a name is so associated with a celebrity, it kind of puts out of style, and maybe Halle is having its comeback. So yes, Halle, the most popularly rising girl name for the whole of last year in the UK. And now let's see the boys list. There was 4 names that all went up 11 places, so I'll tell you them all quickly because they went up the same amount of places. So Ollie, the nickname for Oliver, of course, which means peace, olive branch, Ollie by itself went up 11 spots to number 85 in the charts. So parents choosing just to register their child with the nickname of Ollie, which is really interesting to me. Liam went up 11 spots as well, is now at number 74. I'm pretty sure, let me know if I'm right below, that Liam is one of the number 1 names in the US, I think, and I have a nephew, Liam. Liam is super popular in Scandinavia as well. It's right up in the top charts, so I'm really not surprised to see it go up here, but it's still only at number 74 here, so it's not as popular as it is around the world. Grayson went up 11 spots and is now at number 72. Not surprised again. I think that Grayson, there's sort of surname names, anything ending in son, there's quite a lot of them in the charts, and Grayson is just gorgeous one. It's just beautiful. I really love the name. And then up 11 spots as well, but the most popular one, up 11 spots, is the name Theodore. Theodore was one of the big hitters. Oh, sorry, adjusting my seat. Theodore was one of the big hitters from last year's list. Really, really popular name. Theo is right up there as well. But Theodore, the longer version, is now at number 18 in the charts, went up 11 spots to number 18. So imagine if it did anything like that again, it will be creeping towards the top 10 in the UK very soon. Up 16 spots is the name Louis. So Louis, of course, I'm sure this is probably inspired by Kate and William and their little Louis. When they named Prince Louis, from what I remember reporting on at the time, a lot of people didn't actually know how to say it, weren't sure about the S being silent or how to pronounce it. So it may just have made it more palatable and more wearable for more parents, knowing him so well, little Prince Louis. And obviously Kate and William, we still see royal influence in the chart. Is at number 53 and it went up 16 spots. I love this next four. The top four are brill for boys. Up 22 spots, now at number 90. So in the top 100 for the first time is the name Chester. I love the name Chester. I had this on my baby name list. I just think it's so cute. I'm sure Holly Willoughby has a little Chester, which is probably where I first heard it. It means fort, like fortress, because a lot of the cities, we have lots of cities, well, because we've got a city called Chester, we also have Manchester, all of those that end in the Chester meant it was a fort. So in that town there would have been a big kind of fortress, which I find really fascinating. So it's kind of got a place vibe, a kind of good little history name as well, which makes it really interesting, Chester. For me, for some reason, I always took Chester as more nature, kind of like horse chestnut for some reason. That's just why? Is that normal? That's where my mind always went with Chester. So I'm surprised that it has more of a place meaning, but lovely to see it in the chart. Up 22 spots to number 92, so also new in the top 100 is the name Hudson. I've heard Hudson a lot. Again, a place name with I always think of the Hudson River in New York, but it actually is a derivative from Hugh, which meant mind, body and soul. So I love the name Hugo, and then that became sort of Hudson was sort of the son of Hugh, and it's kind of evolved and been modernised to Hudson. Again, it's kind of like hunter, but it's got really strong vibes about it. I would have loved the name Hudson, but I had a boyfriend whose surname was Hudson, and he was horrible. Personal agony aunt in there. So yeah, I would not use it. And one of my favourite boy names, Oakley, has gone up 22 spots as well and is at number 98. So again, brand new in the top 100. Oakley is amazing. It is, of course, a nature name reminding you of oak trees. So it would have been oak and then Lee. Anything ending in Lee means kind of in a woods or clearing in a wood. So it would have been clearing in the oak forest. I just think it's a great name. Again, my husband vetoed this because he kept thinking of the sunglasses, but some people actually really like brand names as well, and lots of you wouldn't even have that association, Oakley. So really happy to see that going up. But I can imagine a few of you maybe not so happy about that. If you kind of loved it and it's kind of been a bit of an outsider, it has gone up. It's the second most popularly rising name in the UK for all of last year for boys. And the most popularly rising name for boys of the whole of last year, going up an amazing 24 spots, is the name Tommy. Peaky Blinders, anyone? Who's been watching Netflix? Tommy, yeah. It's at number 26 now. And actually Thomas means twin, which I didn't really know before, but yeah, so it's a great twin name as well, Tommy. It's such a cute one. I really love it. It kind of, I feel like it's a fashionable name, and I wonder if it's going to stick around at such high heights for a while. I've kind of been noticing over the last couple of years of reporting on these names that there seems to be something kind of like fast fashion about names. They kind of come in and they go quite quickly as well. And I wonder if that's going to be more of a case with a nickname name, and with all this kind of like seeming like Netflix culture on us as well. And our culture is so much more sped up, isn't it? Before, people would name people after royals who would stay royal for very long periods of our lives. And we're naming babies after programs like on TV, a lot of influence coming through on that, and music. So it might be a bit, things come in and out a little bit quicker, is my prediction. But I really hope you enjoyed the list. I hope you enjoyed having the boy and girl list together. I didn't want to do one and then wait for the next one because it might be too slow for some of us who need this information urgently. Do pop a request below. Next week I will be doing whatever is the most liked request in the comment section below. I loved one of the requests last week to also do something on my community tab and ask you guys to join in over there, giving me your name ideas, and then for me to search and rate them as like kind of most unusual, my favourites, ones I don't like. So I will be doing that, so make sure you are subscribed, and then once you're a subscriber you can go to my community tab just by clicking on my page on YouTube and clicking along the top there, and that will be coming up very soon as well. Thank you so much for all your support. I feel like I'm coming out of lockdown a little bit now. I have 3 kids that are going back to school next Thursday, and hopefully I will be around a little bit more with some more content once balance is a little restored. But thank you so much for supporting me during this tough year for you all. It's so much fun to announce the baby names with you and discuss them. So I'll be here saying hi in the comments below. I hope you're all staying safe and staying well. Congrats if you're pregnant. Any birth announcements, pop them below as well. Lots and lots of love, guys. Bye bye.